Hey, Matt here from BD Dev Adventures, and welcome back to the Concept and Completion series, where I help you take your game projects from idea to release. In the last episode, we talked about what defining success looks like for your project. Now it's time to map out how you'll get there using goals. Once you've defined success, you need a path to reach it, and that's where structured goals come in. A vague goal like make a game sounds inspiring, but doesn't really give you direction. You'll just bounce from task to task without really knowing what progress looks like. This is where SMART goals help. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These help you turn a vague idea like make a game into something you can actually complete. Stepping through each of the parts. Being specific, your goal needs to be focused and clear. Not just make a game, but what part of a game. Be specific about what you want to build and accomplish. Measurable, you need a way to track your progress or know when you're done. If your goal is too vague, you won't know if you're making progress, so include something you can check off, test, or review. Achievable, it has to be realistic, something that fits in your current time, skill level, and resources, especially if you're working solo or around a full-time job. Don't set yourself up for burnout. Keeping it relevant. Make sure the goal actually moves your project forward. It's easy to get distracted by polishing features and adding things that aren't part of your core idea. Keep your goal aligned with what you've defined for success. Make it time-bound. Set a deadline, even a soft one. Time limits help create urgency and momentum. It's easy to focus when you know what you're trying to finish and when. If we take the make a game example from earlier and using the SMART principles, here's what it might look like in practice. Build and test a prototype level with basic player movement and one enemy type by the end of the month. So let's break that down. It's specific, a prototype level with movement and one enemy. It's measurable. You can build against this, test it and say it's done. It's achievable. It's a small scope, realistic within a month. It's relevant. There's core gameplay, there's no side feature. And it's time bound, being done by the end of the month. So you've given yourself a solid goal to hit. That's the kind of goal that keeps you moving forward, not just busy, but making real progress. For me, I've used SMART goals in everything from solo projects to full-on team builds. During hackathons like GovHack, we only had 48 hours, so we had to be laser focused. Before we wrote a line of code, we defined a goal. Design a user interface with a clear user value within the first 4 hours. That was a simple goal that kept the whole team aligned and made decision-making faster. In my solo dev work, I found SMART goals are even more important. When you're working alone, it's easy to get distracted and overwhelmed. But setting a goal like implement and test the crafting system by Friday gives me a target that's realistic and motivating. Make sure you keep it simple. You don't need a full project management setup, just well-few chosen goals to give you structure. Use whatever tool fits your workflow. You can use online systems, sticky notes, or a notebook. I use Trello for most of my personal projects, and I'll drop a link below if you're interested in using that tool and trying it out. The point is to keep your goals visible and achievable. It's easy to make progress when you know what the next step is. Try writing your first SMART goal for your game. Even something simple like finish main menu layout by Sunday. It's a great start. Post your goal in the comments and I'd love to see what you're working on and cheer you on. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, Breaking Down the Journey, where we'll turn those goals into bite-sized steps to keep your momentum going.